At this point, I'm convinced that you guys like to provoke Sign Bougie. You'll never see Sign Bougie speaking on anyone's name on the internet. You'll never see her going out of her way to talk about someone unless you are someone that has wronged her in the past. Sign Bougie doesn't pick fights with randos. She doesn't. I'm scrolling on TikTok and I see a clip of the Open Chats podcast. They had this girl called DJ Charlene there as a guest and another girl as well. The first video I saw was her basically saying that Sign Bougie lies about her age, but it's clipped, so I wanted to get the full context of how did we get to that point. I don't watch that podcast for several different reasons. Like, I just don't like the way they over-sexualize women. I don't like the massage. The point is I don't watch that podcast. But today, because I heard the name Sign Bougie, Zobu Zobu, Sesi Sayen, I said, no, I'm going to go watch the podcast. I watched it in times 2 speed. I put the captions on so that I can read quickly. And I was still fast forwarding, watching in times 2 speed. So I was actually watching in times 4 speed. The conversation started with basically them asking her if she's had a BBL, and she said she wants to fight the allegations that she's never had a BBL, blah, 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 blah. And then they started guessing her age, like, how old do you think I am? How old do you think I am? And then the girl was like, oh, I think you're 22. And then the conversation progressed to her saying, which 22-year-old does BBLs? And then the guys were like, oh, but, Stacey Cyan, wada. And unprovoked, she was like, oh, yeah, no, that girl lies about her age. She's not the age that she says she is. She's been 21 for 5 years. Unprovoked. And then she saw that Sina was like, nice, then Sign Bougie. Then she changed her whole narrative. She said, oh, yeah, but her face card. And then she said she would scraps, Sign Bougie. Then she made a remark saying, Sis Yamang. And her face, you could tell that that's not, like, we can, I honestly think she's just envious of Sign Bougie because there's no other reason why she would say something like that. A few minutes down the podcast, she was like saying that BBLs are proper and a lot of girls in the industry have BBLs like Sign Bougie and Mihlali, blah, blah, blah. In the beginning, she was romanticizing and normalizing cheating, saying that men are polygamists by nature. She was basically blatantly saying that she won't leave her man, like she would forgive her man if he cheated on her. And then like a few moments down the podcast, she then says she's very strict in a relationship. And that if her man wanted to manage Hans, she would have a problem with that, and that she would leave him because she has money and she can just like replace him. So, like, which one is it? Like, do you have an issue with cheating or not? During conversation, she would, like, speak over the girl that was there. When the girl is trying to make a point, Charlene would literally cut her off. Like, I don't know. And I know that a lot of people are fucking with her energy. They're like, oh, wow, she's great. But I'm just like, that's weird. Am I the only one who finds it weird? But I'm not a complete hater. Like, I do know that there are a lot of valid points that Charlene made. I'm very aware that she did speak a lot of sense on a lot of topics, but there are some things I just looked at and I said,
the fact that I even have to come on here and discuss the situation so early in the morning is quite ludicrous. Guys, you need to learn to watch things in full context, or at least watch to absorb and understand rather than to watch to make crazy, stupid TikToks, If you guys watch the full podcast, you'd actually see that I complimented Cyan. I said how much I look up to her. She's a beaut. She's such a nice person, right? That clip of me saying she's been 21 for 5 years was a joke. Her herself on her vlogs, she has made a joke that she's been turning 21 for 3 years. But clearly that flew past all of y'all's heads. Because if it didn't, then you guys wouldn't have been so pressed about it. Firstly, I'm going to stand by what I said. I love Cyan, respect her. She's a beaut. But she's not my sister. You guys have your own thing, which is cute. Love that for you guys. Clock it. But you're not going to force that culture on me. I'm not going to be forced to call her Sesi Sayen. Another thing is you guys saying that I'm trying to be like Cyan. If you actually took your time to do proper research on me before speaking about me, you'd know that I started DJing way long before Sign Bougie. I started DJing like 2022. If anyone has actually inspired me in my DJ career, it's definitely TXC. So please guys, let's clock the facts. And then this thing, Yahore, Sesi Sayan will deal with her. What? Really guys, at your age, really. Doesn't even deserve my attention. There were so many things that we spoke about on that podcast, serious socioeconomic issues, and the fact that this is the part that you guys decided to actually emphasize and take your time to analyze is quite disappointing. And you people that are busy pitting female DJs against each other are the actual pandemic, because you guys like to speak about female empowerment, but why do you keep hating on upcoming female DJs and comparing them to other DJs? That's sad. That's really, really sad. I'm gonna need you to come here. Go outside. Go touch grass or pick up a ball or some shit. But this type of energy would not bring you to my page. So pack it up. Pack it up.
So DJ Charlene decided that she's going to respond to my video. Stupid TikToks. Charlene wantella no wabona. Wabona no ratella na mara Charlene. Charlene started her video by saying, if you guys watched the full video and you watched... Firstly, I did watch the full video, Charlene. I literally said I had to sit through 2 hours and 54 minutes of that nonsensory. I watched the whole thing. 20,000 people agreed with my stupid TikTok. And one thing I know for sure is the people that follow my content are nothing close to stupid. We have intellectual beings up in this motherfucker. What are the facts here? Fact. You went on a public platform and decided to bring up Cyan Boogie's name. Fact. You asked which 22-year-old does BBLs. Fact. Sino responded and said Cyan Boogie. Fact. You unprovoked decided to say that Cyan Boogie has been 21 for 5 years. You factually said that she's not the age that she says she is. And then on your stupid TikTok... Okay, sorry, I'm petty. On your TikTok video, you said you were joking. Where was the giggle inside? The haha ikai, guys. Lol ikai. You're making it seem as though we don't know how to read body language. Like we don't know how to read cues. The statement you made didn't have a whiff of lol inside. No whiff. You only complimented Cyan Boogie when Sino said that he stands with Cyan Boogie. On your TikTok, you said we're not going to force that culture of calling Sissy Cyan. First and foremost, guys... Who forced this girl to call her Sissy Cyan? Can somebody please stand up at the back? Raise your hand, say I. Pookie Bear, nobody is forcing you to call Cyan Boogie Sissy Cyan. Who forced you to call? It's a term of endearment that her followers use for her. Nobody said that DJ Charlene is a must, it's an entitlement and an obligation that you must call Cyan Boogie Sissy Cyan. So why now was it necessary for you to say Sissy Amang? In that exact face, Sissy. Why? You're saying that there's a lot of socio-economic issues you guys spoke about, and this is the one we're deciding. Babe, this is how I know you didn't watch my video to the end. Because if you watched my video to the end, you would have seen that I actually did say other stuff that I found very weird that you did. Not just the Cyan thing. I also mentioned that you had a lot of good points that you made on that podcast. Very profound points. Lovely points. But you didn't hear that. No one is pinning you against Cyan Boogie, my babe. I'm a content creator that focuses on commentary on pop culture and current affairs. You went on a public platform and decided to say the statements that you said, and you had to understand that there would have been some people that don't agree with your sentiments. You also have to understand that if you go on a public platform, then you're opening yourself to opinion and scrutiny.